What if your expertise could generate recurring revenue without you being tied to it every day? In this episode, Natalie Doramew shares how to create a membership model that aligns with your vision, attracts the right people, and becomes a real asset in your business. You'll hear how to know if you're ready, simple ways to validate your idea, and why memberships can completely shift the way you grow. So, if you've been wondering whether a membership is right for your business, this conversation will give you the clarity you've been waiting for on today's Profit with a Plan podcast. Hey, entrepreneurs, are you working too hard for too little profit? Well, welcome to Profit with a Plan podcast, where we help you scale smarter, increase profitability, and build a business that's worth more, whether you keep it or sell it. I'm Marcia Riner, business growth strategist and the profit booster behind Infinite Profit. I've helped countless entrepreneurs to turn their businesses into highly profitable and sale-ready assets, so they enjoy more income now and a bigger payday later. So join me for practical strategies, expert insights, and proven steps to make your business more profitable, more valuable, and built to last. By the way, today's episode is sponsored by Infinite Profit, where we don't just talk profit, we deliver it. And before we dive in, I've got something really special for you. If you're a business owner who's tired of overcomplicated, overpriced marketing strategies that just don't deliver, well, listen up. What if there was a simple, affordable way to market your business that actually works? The Profit Booster Marketing Hub gives you templates, automation tools to capture leads, nurture them, and close more sales without the tech headaches. Go see it in action at profitbooster.biz. All right, let's jump into today's episode. Our guest today is someone who has cracked the code on turning expertise into recurring revenue. Natalie Doramew is widely known as the membership maven and a tech strategist with more than a decade of experience helping coaches, consultants, and course creators build high retention membership programs that truly drive results. She believes that memberships aren't just another product, they are a powerful business asset that allows entrepreneurs to scale smarter, free up their time, and create consistent recurring income. Natalie has helped countless business owners validate their idea, design programs that align with their vision, and launch memberships that keep members engaged for the long haul. Natalie, welcome to Profit with a Plan. I'm so happy you're on today.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Marcia. I'm excited for this conversation.
Me too. And for the listeners listening, there is a slight accent with Natalie. So Natalie, where are you calling in from?
So I am calling in from the south of France.
Beautiful. I've been there and it's just so gorgeous and such a wonderful place to be. But you're also you lived in the US for quite a long time, right?
Yes, so we've lived in the US for 10 years. We were in the Silicon Valley.
Oh,
So we kind of move around, Bay Area, East, and then we ended downtown San Francisco. Yeah.
oh wow. Yeah, I grew up just south of San Francisco, so I know the area really well. And
Okay.
now being in Vegas, it's like it's a little bit different, but it's wonderful. So I'm glad we have some connections in our locations that we've been in. So let me ask you a question as we get started in this. Why did you land on memberships? What was that really brought you into the space?
Yeah. So it's a really interesting because people have been asking me that question, and it's been gradual, right? It's an opportunity that came to me. So our background is in tech, right? Software engineering. That's what we were doing, in the Silicon Valley. And when we moved back to France and started the business, when you start a business, you want to start it around something that you know, right? An expertise you have. So we're like, well, let's build software. That didn't really work out because we were ignoring sales and marketing, which we hated, right? So long story short, we were like, we hired a coach, which who told us, well, you should go online because then the market, is much bigger, and do websites. And then from websites, I found out about online courses and then memberships. And the evolution has been in how more powerful I felt and the bigger impact that I could make. A website, there are so many great designers, they can build you beautiful websites. That's not me, right? Online courses, great. I've done this for years, but the reality is most people don't complete online courses, and that bugs me.
Exactly.
So,
That's so true.
and what I love about the membership model, and I don't have a membership myself, and we can talk about that, alignment, aligning with your vision, like that's not for me.
The cobbler's kids' shoes, right? We don't
Yeah,
have what
exactly.
we teach.
Again, because like you were saying, a membership, the membership model is a great way to scale a business,
It
but it
is.
will only work if it's aligned with your vision.
Mm, I love it.
Okay. So what happened is that, well, when we started the business, my husband has always wanted to have his business. I did not. I would be perfectly fine being an employee. Let's be
Oh,
honest. I'm not a risk taker. So I like to say that I became an entrepreneur for love. So what attracted me with the membership model is that the recurring aspect of it,
mm.
the fact that you don't start your months at zero.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, and so I mean, we do have some recurring, but it's not a membership in the sense membership community, right? And so it's a model that I think fits so well any business that is looking to continue to support someone, their clients on an ongoing basis, and is looking for a stable foundation, predictable income, so that you can make that investment, right? So that you can hire the people instead of having to chase client every single month, right? So
Ah,
because people are not necessarily wired for this. Like some people love to be on sales calls all the time, and some people hate it, right? So,
me.
so that's basically it's been an evolution, right? I did online courses, and then when I found out that there was this membership thing, I'm like, I think this is where I can make the most impact with people. Again, because my focus is on my clients being successful. And when you run a membership, the only way you're going to be successful is if your members are successful. Unlike an online course, because you could sell an online course and be a great salesperson and your course can suck, you'll still make money. With membership, that is not working. You have to have the impact for your members. So those are all the pieces, the reasons why I love this model so much. And it can look so many different ways, right? There are so many different models inside the membership space.
Well, I love how you fell into it, right? I've been practicing, I call it practice because it is something that we practice and evolve and we do, but my goodness, for over 25 years in my space, and it's continuously evolved and found different variations of my business. The results are always kind of the same, that I'm driving for, but you look at different ways that people learn, different ways that people buy, different needs because our buyers evolve. Like right now, everybody's in the I want it in an hour, right? Give it to me delivered on my doorstep yesterday, and I want it for next to nothing. And, I mean, it's this instant kind of marketplace. And it's so funny when you talk about courses and how people never finish them. They don't, because oftentimes it means work,
Yeah.
and people don't want to do more work. They just want the result. And I love
Mhm.
how I'm kind of matching your membership idea to community, right? They
Yes.
want a place where they can get support, they can get ideas, they can get help, they can figure things out, find other people that are in the trenches right next to them. And I think that really excites people, right? They want to belong and feel like, oh, right? I mean,
Exactly. Yeah. Community is really a key piece of most memberships. There are a few that don't have a community piece, but by large, the community element is very, very powerful. And that is what is keeping people engaged
mm,
because you get to see what is possible when people are sharing what they are doing. So it shows you it's possible. And two, you can help And I think we undervalue the power of what it feels like to help and to feel that you are participating, in the success, and you're sharing and you're giving back. Um,
Exactly.
and that really boosts our motivation, our confidence, right? So it's these two sides, right? They say a rising tide lifts all boats. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Nice. So you mentioned there's several variations of a membership program. I just naturally fell into the community space, but that's only one. What are the other kinds of ways that a membership can be beneficial for the company as well as the buyer?
Yeah. So let me just talk about like what is a successful membership, and then we can talk about, because it kind of like comes from that. So a successful membership is going to be a membership that once solves a problem, an ongoing problem that people have,
Mhm.
that they are willing to pay for, and that you are excited to lead, which is very, very important. Now, you might or might not have the expertise, because you can be the curator and bring in people that have the expertise, right? But
Sure.
it's if you don't have these three pieces, you're not going to have a successful membership. That's when people say it's really hard. That's because deep down, that's not what they want to do, right?
Mm.
So the models are like so very different. So we talked about the community aspect, right? There are memberships that look very much like coaching programs. That
Mhm.
means that you have some type of curriculum, and then you have some calls for support, and then maybe you have an accountability program that you can sign up to, right? So those are like, they're like the next generation of online courses where you get ongoing support, right? So that's one piece. There is the traditional membership that is I call it the monthly theme. And basically this is, you join a membership, and every month that you pay, you get a type of bundle that can be a mix of video, PDF, maybe a book to read, maybe a mantra, a meditation, depending on what the market is. That's the monthly theme type of membership, where every month that you stay, you get a bundle, and then you consume whatever you want, and you have access to past bundle, right?
Nice. I
So
like that idea. Reminds me
indeed,
of reminds me of the outfit of the month, right? Some companies send you a package with with a curated outfit, right? You can wear it for a
exactly.
few
Yeah.
days and
Like,
send
look
it back
here
or buy
or
it,
stuff like
right?
that. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, exactly. So in these, very often there are no community really. It's about
Mm.
getting access to the information. Um, One that works really well for education, for example. So kindergarten teacher, first grade, third grade, they join these memberships where they can download materials for kids.
Ah,
As long as they pay, they can download stuff, right? Maybe you get three
okay.
credits a month and you get to choose what you download, right?
I like it.
So
Yeah.
this is like getting access and some type of access to content as part of being a member. You have memberships that are more around getting access to coupon, discount, exclusive offer, and things like that. So there are coaches who would only offer one-on-one sessions to people that are member of their community.
Ah, okay.
So I have a client, she's a voice coach. She coaches singers and people that teach singing. And so it's very technical, the very technical terms and exercise and stuff. I try to look into it. It's like, whoo. And
Not
so
for me. I only sing in the car when nobody's looking.
it's super niched, right? It's like she's niching down, 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 deep, deep. But like she was refusing people, like she could not take more one-on-one clients, and
Hmm.
it took some convincing, but I was like, okay, can you create something where you can help these people and you don't get frustrated by it, and then you offer one-on-one inside, and it's the first one that books gets it, but then you're like, I only have 10 spots per week, and that way that's your your parameters, the rules that you set for yourself,
Sure.
your boundaries. I was looking for the word, right? So this is another, model. Like there, and then you have like lots of combinations. There are memberships that are very simple. Have this client is called John Burgos, and he's doing weekly calls. It's all about gratitude and things like that. It's a bit woo woo. He does a call a week. He puts the replay in the membership. That's it. No
So
resource,
simple.
no calls, nothing. It's been running for years.
Mm.
So you gotta find what is the problem that people are looking for a solution for, right? And are willing to pay for it. And that's that. So that's how you figure out the model, kind of like what does it look like so it works for them and for you.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna challenge you a little bit here
Yeah.
because I know we both work in a space of coaches and consultants. That's pretty much of a normal space. But I also work in spaces where I've got uh you know brick and mortar type businesses that do this. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm listening to this and I'm going, okay, well, a membership could also work. And when you mentioned the discount version, right? On somebody who provides a service, right? Maybe it's a home service or it's a business service such as an accountant or attorney or home service such as HVAC or plumbers, right? They can actually take that model of a membership, which is really kind of popular, and says, just the example that I'm thinking is, we're going to come in and we're going to make sure that your air conditioning is tuned up every month, right? Or every quarter, every season change. We're going to come out, make sure the screws are tight, that the thing's working properly. And with that, you get one service call a year, right? Because we know we're working on this unit, so this unit is not going to break down as much. So I'm thinking from the business side, right? And so I'm probably not going to get called for a service call each year. So they're going to pay $99 a month to be a member of this program. The customer feels like they get a benefit. The business owner's thinking, okay, risk, right? I'm not going to probably have to go out on that service call because I'm already maintaining the deal. It just seems like a win-win for both sides. And these kind of programs can like be truly beneficial, as you mentioned, that you're not starting at zero each month hunting customers down. You've got a stream of, a dozen, 200, 1,000 people, whatever the number is, right? That are paying you monthly to be
Mhm.
part of this membership. But I think
Absolutely.
the real important problem is that you have to solve that problem. What problem does your ideal client have that they're willing to pay monthly for so that they don't have to worry about it? Are your podcast guest appearances leading to real business, or are you just hoping that listeners will take action? With the Profit Booster Podcast Monetization Hub, we turn your interviews into lead generating machines so that you capture, nurture, and convert listeners into paying clients. So stop leaving money on the table and get started today at profitboosterpod.com.
Exactly. So when you look at the membership model for brick and mortar, you're also building loyalty,
Exactly.
right? Because I mean, if you go to a car wash or things like that, sometimes you can get these cards and like after 9, the 10th is free. This is type of loyalty, but this is next level. Imagine if, as part of the subscription, you get 5% off the whole store on the day of
Mhm.
your birthday. I'm making this up.
Sure, sure.
Or
You
you
get
get
that, you get insider only
exactly,
benefits,
or you
right?
get 20% off full detailing of your car on the day of your birthday, right? Who doesn't want that, right?
Of
So you
course.
don't have to pay like the 200, like whatever that costs now to get the car, fully clean and detailed, right? So it's about looking at how can I make them loyal? How can I get that recurring income, that predictability. You know, I have this amount of members, and still, you want to make it a no-brainer for people. So when they do the math, they're like, makes no sense. I have no plan of going anywhere else. I know I'm going to come back here. So might as well take the subscription and get all those benefits with it, right? So it's a win-win.
I love it. Now, the funny thing about this membership idea, you know, the negative side of it is always if you don't use it. Case in point, the gym, right? I'm at the gym every day, so that's because that's part of my healthcare. Um, but I know that that's kind of that membership that you oftentimes the buyer forgets they have it or they don't take advantage of it, right? But in order to have a really good membership, even though people might fall off every once in a while, you still can engage them and you can upsell them and you could say, hey, why don't you come in for a free training on the month of your birthday or something like that? So you can re-engage them. And then when they're re-engaged, they won't first cancel. And number two, they will come in, use the products and maybe buy more of the trainings, right? So there's a lot of benefits to these memberships that you mentioned with that loyalty, right?
Yeah,
And allows you to stay engaged with your ideal customers that can produce more opportunities and even friends and family opportunities that can come out of that. So I just love this model. As you can
yeah,
tell, you know, I mean,
yeah.
I know a lot about it as you do. I think that this is amazing. But here's a question for you, kind of people get a little scared. How do I set it up? Do I need technology? You know, yikes. Okay, it's a great idea, but you know, I'm already juggling so many things. How do I set this up?
Yeah. So I think most people go about it the wrong way.
Mm,
They start to think, what technology do I use? Right? You know, like, how am I going to feed this? It's like they see it as another business, another job for themselves. And like, I'm already busy. I don't think I can do
exactly.
this. So the first thing is really to look at, why are you even considering the membership model?
Mm,
What is it that you wanted to bring to your business besides the recurring income, which I get, right? Because you're going to have to make space for it, right? And what is going to give you the motivation and where you're going to see that you're starting to make progress is when you have that vision, and it's, we were talking about this earlier, like when it's aligned with what you really want to do. Yeah, you know, when we know this is what we want, if there is a problem, to every problem a solution, right? But
yeah,
when you're not sure, it's like, oh, this is what I thought. See, first roadblock. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea, right? So first is the mindset. Are you really excited about it?
I like that.
It's, where does it fit in your business? You have an existing business, you have a client base, you have an audience, right? Where does this membership fit? Are you thinking, do you want to add a membership because you have an audience, you know, a segment of your audience where you don't have an offer for them yet, and
Mm,
you want to do something there? So you want to help them, you want to make that impact, but you also want to make money out of it?
sure.
Or do you have a coaching program or a course and you're like, dang, my course is great, but I want more people to finish it?
Mm,
So you're like, what if I turned my course into a membership? That means instead of signing up to a course, they sign up to a membership that has the course inside. So maybe the first payment is a bit bigger than the monthly, but what I'm selling is not just the course and then in 6 or 8 weeks I say bye-bye. It's an ongoing support and accountability, right?
right.
So when you do that, you know that you're going to get more success stories, more testimonials. It's going to be better for your marketing, right?
Mm,
And you are giving time to people to actually implement. Very often these courses, they don't give you the time, right?
mm.
So and you're going to always have these people that are going to give up because, you know, week one you're a bit late, week two, oh my gosh, and then sometimes week three is catch
I
up.
give up.
Catch up week. The worst thing you can do in a course, have a catch up weeks. What is it saying to people? Catch up. You're late. Come on. No, it should not feel that way, right?
Mhm.
Versus if you say, we're going to do this very intensively, for this period of time, but after that, there is ongoing support and accountability. So most people will have not finished, and that's okay. So when you wire it this way, your program becomes even more powerful because you know that you're not going to be left alone
Love
as
it.
the program ends, right?
I
So
love
that's
it.
another way. Or maybe you're like, you know what, I've been working with people one-on-one, or I've been doing events, for a while. I mean, this second part of my life, I want to do a bit less of that. I want to grow the business. I want to create that recurring income, but I want to remove myself a bit. I don't want it to be all about me. But I have all these past clients that have bought my program, that came to my events, right? Maybe I can create a type of alumni membership community, right? So when you think about it that way, there should be hopefully one that's like, when you start, you get the smile and you're like, oh yeah, that could be interesting, right?
Right.
And that's the kind of feel that you need to have before you go on and do anything.
Mm. I
So
like it.
my specialty at the core is the tech, right? Building these memberships, and people are very surprised. We hardly talk about the tech until they've built their interest list. That's the
Mm.
point. It's like choosing a tool when you don't exactly know what your model is going to be.
You don't know if anybody's going to buy it yet.
Yeah, you don't know if anybody is going to buy it. You don't know exactly what features you're going to. I mean, you have a bit of an idea, right?
Mhm.
But if you want to create a customized experience, a great experience, and you pick a tool, then you're going to have to fit the mold of the
Yeah.
tool, right? Which
And
right
there's
now
lots of
we,
tools out there, right? I mean, there's
yeah.
lots of softwares that can help you with the communities. There's some really big names. There's some smaller names. And a lot of today's technology, because I'm a tech nerd like you are, um, and a lot of today's technology that is out there have community bases or membership bases already built in. So you might be surprised at where you can find the tech, and it doesn't create this like massive headache of, oh, there's this new fee I have to pay, or this new, tech I have to learn, or,
Mhm.
whatever. But I think the whole purpose of this conversation is really to have you think differently about memberships and how it adds tremendous value to what you get, right, as the business owner, and the income that you can generate from this. But on the flip side of that is it also makes a tremendous opportunity for your customer to continue services with you for an extended period of time. Because if you think about it, we offer one thing, and well, what's the next logical thing that your customer needs or wants that you could deliver? And you'd be surprised that we often forget about continuation with our customer, because if they come to us for solution A and then go to somebody else for solution B when you could have solved it easily, then you're losing customers, and you're in that, that chase and hunt kind of phase forever. Where a membership can allow them to learn more about what you do, you learn more about what they need, and you can continue to serve them for a longer period of time and make more money off of it. Easier,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. I mean, if you have an existing program, right, that has like a natural end, um,
I
you
like
have
that, a natural and.
right, and like it's a 6 weeks, 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is. If you are not helping them with the next thing, then you're leaving money on the table, literally. And we
Totally.
want to think that after they finish your program, if you've solved that problem for them, that introduces very often a new problem. And that could be where your membership comes in. So
Exactly.
it could be that your program is all about um, identifying, designing something, coming up with an idea or something like that. And the membership could be all about helping them implement, because this is going to inevitably take more time, right? So you want to think about it in that way, like how is the membership integrates into your business ecosystem,
Mhm.
right? And what it is that you want to grow in the business. Is it a program? Is it an audience? Or, how does it fit?
And we can go into it longer at another time, but I think that it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be more stress, and it doesn't have to mean more work for you. It actually, if it's done well, it means less work for you and more
Absolutely.
engagement and satisfaction on both parties.
Yeah.
And I think that I would encourage the audience to really sit down and consider having a membership in their offerings, right? To keep that client loyalty and engagement going longer. But Natalie, we're running close on time here. I would love to have listeners find out where they could learn more about you and memberships and how you put them together and make them super simple.
Sure. So you can find me at themembershiplab.com.
Good
And
one.
actually, I have a little gift for you that if you are thinking about adding a membership to your business, or if you want to see what it looks like, because we want to look at the numbers, right? Numbers are really important. I have a monthly recurring revenue calculator. And basically, what it does is that it is going to show you what it looks like to add 5, 10, 15K a month to your business. How
Wow.
many members you need, how much you need to charge, and how long do they need to stay in order for
Mm,
you to get that recurring income. And it's a lot less than you think, okay? So if you want to get that tool, you can go to themembershiplab.com/MRR dash calculator. Could
love
have
it.
made this simpler, but that's what the URL
Yeah,
is right now.
monthly recurring revenue, MRR
MRR
dash
dash
calculator. To
calculator.
me, it makes total sense.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
perfect.
But this tool has been eye-opening for people because again, the let the numbers speak and let it see what it looks like for you. Remember, when you have a membership, you sell once and then you don't have to sell again.
That's
You
right.
deliver, you support
Yeah.
people, right? Inside the membership.
And you wake up every morning and you're already have the cash register ringing for the month, right? You're not out there hunting all the time. You
Yeah.
still have to hunt, don't get us wrong, but this is
Yes,
a lovely complement to your company, and it is a serious profit booster having this kind of opportunity in your business, this kind of offer in your business to be able
mhm,
to flip the switch and with the amount of effort and thinking of the cost to acquire a new client, the cost to keep a client is a minute
exactly.
fraction of
Yeah,
what that is, and it creates huge benefit for you as a
exactly.
business owner.
Yeah,
So I would
yeah.
encourage you to run Natalie's calculator, figure out what it is. I know you're going to be surprised at that and go, wow, I only need that many people? Really? Okay, well, maybe it is
Exactly.
doable, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, and get some help to build that out.
Absolutely. One thing that I will add, then I think you'd love as well, is that this is very sellable.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
very sellable because when people buy businesses, what do they buy?
They
The
buy recurring revenue.
Yeah, the people, right? So
Yes.
yeah, so it's if you're looking to eventually sell the business, adding this piece to your business
Boom.
is a big asset.
It's a huge asset. And it's something too that can be so automated and deliverable and transferable. It's like that we can go down a whole nother rabbit hole on that one, but it is a really, thank you for sharing that actual, that bonus thought to it. It is really, truly a piece that you want to consider in your business on it. And I know your customers will love it as well. So yeah, this has been really good. All right, so I would encourage you definitely to go get that. I know that it is a powerful piece for your business, and Natalie is the maven and totally understands this space, so you can get a lot from her as well. So thanks for listening today. I hope you picked up some valuable insight and actionable ideas that will help you make your business more profitable. And as we were mentioning, I know that adding a membership base to your company would really tip the scales for you on that. All right, if you're tired of overpriced marketing that's complicated and time consuming, the Profit Booster Marketing Hub is your low cost, easy to use alternative to expensive strategies, complete with automations, templates, and a personalized strategy call. Go get details at profitbooster.biz. And don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss future shows. You can always find Profit with a Plan on any of your favorite podcast platforms. We're looking forward to more great profitable strategies on next week's show. So until then, make your plans and profit with them. Thank you so much, Natalie. I love this conversation. You added so much value, and I know the audience is going, yes, this is what I need.
Thank you so much for having me, Marcia. That was fun.
Perfect.